Well, I'm here today with Dr. Steven Liew from Shape Clinic in Sydney, and we're going to have a bit of a chat about injectables in the marketplace today. So thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you, Trish.
Lovely. So I just want to ask you a question. Just for consumers, how can the consumer who's looking at having injectables, how can they be aware, or how they're going to know that they're going to a reputable practitioner? Because there's so many people out there at the moment. How do you define who's reputable and who's not?
I think the first thing is obviously word of mouth. More importantly, check out their work. And when you attend the clinic, have a look at the environment. It's got to be soothing, comfortable, clean, and use your instinct. If you walk in, the whole room is full of big lips, big cheeks, perhaps you may have to reconsider. And like everything else, you need to have a proper consultation and discussions. And once again, you've got to feel comfortable. Don't be afraid to ask questions. What product are you using? Are you using products approved in Australia by TGA? Ask to look at the products. That will be my best advice for you.
Okay. So look at the products and make sure you're getting what you're
Pay for.
All right. So when you're getting injectables, is it a good idea as a consumer to write down what you're having done, or is that something that you leave in the hands of the practitioner?
I think most reputable practitioners should actually talk to you what they're doing, and not afraid to actually give you the treatment sheet that they have had, where the product has been placed, what product has been used.
Okay. And are you noticing, is there a demographic for injectables? Are people coming younger, or are they getting injected older, or is there a specific?
Yeah. I'm in a selected group because I believe that, if we're serious about maintaining our appearance, we have to think about what we want to achieve. I call it the beauty through the ages. I believe in maintaining one's look, maintaining one so that they look their best at any stages of their life. I differentiate between a very young one in their 20s. In their 20s, they look great anyway. They don't need much done, and most of the time, the best thing to do is look after their skin. Now, we do treatments, we do fillers, and we do Botox, not to make them look younger, but to enhance what they've already got. Some patients, unfortunately, are born aesthetically suboptimal, whether it's the bone or soft tissue, and with the new technologies and knowledge, we can enhance the appearance. Then as you move on to the 30s and 40s, we start to see signs of aging. We still have to look after our skin, but we have to plan and strategize what we want to do rather than an ad hoc basis. It's important. That's why it's important to speak to someone who knows what they're talking about, rather than inject everywhere, have a big lip, big cheek. We want to enhance it, start putting places where it matters, and have a comprehensive discussions. And then as we advance to 50s and 60s, our requirements slightly different. We're seeing more hollowing, we're seeing sagging. Then the treatment there become more multi-modalities, whether we use surgery or use non-surgical fillers and Botox and other devices. That's how I think one should look at it.
Okay, so you don't just go somewhere ad hoc. You go somewhere, you put a plan in place, and you work out what you want at that time, and then it changes as time goes on.
Absolutely. I mean, we all talk about how we should plan things ahead, plan when to get married, plan the financial planning. When it comes to our face, I think most of us don't actually plan. We just let it by nature, ad hoc. You go into a doctor, I want my lip done.
Yeah.
And then I want my lip done. Every time you go in, I want wrinkle done. It doesn't make sense because face age. Our whole face ages at a different rate at a different part of our face. It is important to talk to someone who can actually say, hey, listen, I think this is what you need done because of such and such.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing is important is when you find someone that you can work with, it's important to stick with it rather than I'll go this for that, I'll go to my lip for this. It doesn't make sense. Become a jigsaw puzzle. It just doesn't match.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So the secret is find someone good, stick with them, ask the right questions, and basically create a plan and know where you want to go.
Absolutely. The best thing to think about is most women have their favorite hairdressers. When you find that one, you stick with them. No matter where he or she is. I think
Yep.
when it comes to your face, perhaps you should think more about it, perhaps even more so than your hair.
That's so. I am that person. That's so true. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. So, if you're looking for a checklist of what you should need to look for when you look after a reputable practitioner, just drop us an email to info@plasticsurgeryhub.com.au, and we'll email you through a list that Dr. Liew says that you should look out for. So, thank you.
Cheers.